Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's session. So we're going to be covering information today about our brand new engineering AI program. So I'm joined today by George Syrmos and Sennur. So if you guys both want to take a second to introduce yourselves, and then we can jump into it.
Go ahead, George. I think you are.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
Bill and Ty, I guess good morning to you, and Raymond. I'm glad you were able to join us. So let's have sort of a preview of this new program, as Emily said, Engineering AI at the University of Maryland. So let's go to the next slide. So what's today's agenda? So we're going to give you a brief overview of Maryland Applied Graduate Engineering, review graduate degrees offered by MAGE. We go by MAGE, that's the acronym, and then discuss pathways for UMD students to pursue a degree in engineering AI. Next. Great. So let's talk a little bit about, why, pursuing a degree through MAGE. So we offer flexible program structure. So we are really designed for part-time, evening, and online classes. So therefore, accommodating a working engineers or working professionals more broadly schedules. We take pride in the fact that our courses combine both theory and applications. So it's really industry relevant curriculum, if you want to call it that. So therefore you have a hands-on component, you have a theoretical component. So it's basically the best of both worlds, something that you can eventually take to your workplace. We are very, very fortunate to have what I would call the perfect union between regular faculty and adjunct faculty. So we have the regular faculty who, by the way, are doing research. They're well-renowned in their area. And then, of course, we have part-time faculty, working engineers, who actually really practice what they teach. So you get the best of both worlds. And then, of course, there is always, to stay competitive in this very global, professionally, economically, very global world, there's a growing demand for advanced engineering skills, right? So therefore, what we hope to impart on our students, it's that edge that they get by having been exposed to engineering disciplines that they're actually in demand. We can go to the next slide. Okay, so there are a couple of degrees that we do offer. So again, I would like from the outset to make an important clarification. So the clarification is that really we offer 19, 20 different programs, but actually we offer two degrees. The degrees, one is the Master of Engineering, 30 credits, 10 courses. There's no comprehensive exam, no scholarly paper, no research. And then, of course, we offer what we call the graduate certificate, which is 12 credits or 4 courses. Obviously, in both of them, as I said, there's no research, therefore there's no thesis requirement. The beauty about the graduate certificate, it can be completed in 1 year. Usually with a master's degree, it all depends on how you pursue the degree. If you pursue it full-time, usually 1.5 to 2 years is ample time. If you pursue it, of course, part-time, usually most of our students finish between 3 and 3.5 years, but you do have 5 years to complete the degree. This is a slide that I take great pride in because it showcases the number of academic areas that we offer, along with stating that 13 of those academic areas are actually completely online. We currently have about 739 students. This is the number for spring 2025. And then we are very proud of the diverse student body that we have, both domestically and internationally. And right now we are at about 57% international students compared to, of course, 43% of domestic students enrolled in our programs. And then the last number I'm exceedingly proud of. We've been in existence for 30 years now. We started in fall of 1994. And in those 30 plus years, we have actually awarded over 5,000 degrees. So again, this is a number that I take great pride in. Can go to the okay. So the most important thing right now I would like to discuss is the pathways to pursue MAGE programs. So who should consider MAGE? So obviously this is a STEM degree. You are obviously interested in a career in industry, or you are currently in industry, and you're interested in obviously professionally upgrading, professionally developing further. Obviously, this degree does not involve any research, so therefore it's not necessarily for somebody who wants to pursue a doctorate or research. And we don't offer any form of financial support, so external funding has to be available. This can be obviously the student, or it can be the work, the environment, the job, industry, the private sector, the federal government, state government, who actually support the student pursuing that degree. Okay, engineering artificial intelligence. We'll talk a little bit about the admissions requirements. So very, very briefly, a bachelor's degree, GPA of 3.0 or better. As we said earlier, this is in a STEM field and obviously from an accredited institution. Specializations through the technical electives. So again, there will be a set of courses that, and Sennur, obviously being our faculty director, can talk a little bit about them. But overall, obviously you will have some data science, you will have some machine learning. But in addition to that, you will be exposed to generative AI, industrial AI, robotic intelligence, cloud computing, ethical and sustainable AI, large language models, very important, and deep learning. Okay, so I would like to turn this over now to Sennur. She's our faculty advisor, and I'd like her to talk a little bit about engineering AI and how it dovetails with a lot of the industries surrounding it. Thank you.
Thank you, George. So let me maybe go back to the previous slide just for a second. So this master's that we are starting is about engineering applications of AI, taking AI from algorithms to real engineering applications. So in our program, we will have fundamental basics courses such as probability statistics, numerical methods, linear algebra, and foundations of ML, machine learning. But we will go further into these really advanced classes that are touching also engineering, such as industrial AI, such as robotics intelligence, such as large language models, generative AI, and deep learning. So this program is gonna touch every field of engineering, including my own home department of electrical and computer engineering, and then mechanical engineering, material science and engineering, and bio and civil and chemical and aerospace. So we put some examples over here, use of AI in engineering applications. So we have 4 examples here. I'm just gonna tell them. On the left top corner, we have image classification, scene understanding, and this is computer vision, which is an engineering application of AI. And then top right is a robotics application where robots will learn the environment and take actions. At the bottom left, we have AI being used for cybersecurity applications to learn the legitimate and illegitimate access, for instance, to computer networks. On the bottom right, you see healthcare bioengineering applications of AI for remote healthcare and also advanced clinical healthcare applications. On the next slide, we will see further engineering applications of AI. For instance, on the left top, you see material discovery using AI to discover new novel materials in material science and engineering. On the right-hand side, top right-hand side, you again see in a computer vision setting, generative AI that can create almost real-life images as you describe them to a computer. On the left bottom side, you see application of AI in aerospace engineering settings, for instance, using AI for space discovery. And on the right bottom, you see applications of AI in quantum engineering, so using quantum and AI together. So from a domain knowledge perspective, I can say that this program is going to take AI to more to engineering frontiers and have AI algorithm used in real engineering settings. So for that purpose, we have not only basic AI courses, machine learning, probability statistics, numerical methods, but we also will have advanced courses such as industrial AI, such as robotics, generative AI, deep learning, and courses of that sort. And with that, I will stop my part and continue with the presentation.
Okay, so that covers all of the information that we had, but we are happy to answer any questions that anyone has, either about the program itself or the application process.
So any questions from the audience? I mean, I'm impressed that Sennur and I were so clear. So that's fantastic that there are no questions. I'm just kidding. But anyway, if you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer them.
So in terms of tuition and fees, all of the rates are going to be available on our website. Everyone that attended today's session will get a copy of the slide deck as well as the recording from today. Within that email, there will be links to various pages on our website. What I can say regarding tuition and fees is that we do offer specialty tuition rates. So we differentiate between on-campus and online courses, and that is as opposed to in-state versus out-of-state tuition. So our website walks you through what those rates are.
Raymond, that's a very good question, and I would like to underscore exactly what Emily said, that again, our program does not differentiate between in-state and out-of-state. So basically, we are treat domestic and international students the same way, but we do have a slight differentiation in the tuition rate between on-campus and online delivery. The other thing that I would like to point out, and I think Sennur alluded to that as well, because we have all these programs, it is very convenient, actually designed strategically that way. But again, you can be in the AI program, in the engineering AI program, and then you can certainly, with Dr. Ulukus's approval, you can take courses from robotics, you can take courses from cyber, etc. So again, there is some flexibility that way. So you can really, to a good extent, tailor the degree, tailor, if you like, the ultimate curriculum for you to meet your specific needs. And I think Sennur talked about that by saying cyber, robotics, etc. But they are indeed specific courses, material science related in AI or civil in AI or whatever. So therefore, you can really, bioengineering in AI. So you can really sort of create a very personalized curriculum for yourself.
So in terms of start dates, so our application for fall 2025 has closed for international on-campus applicants, but our application is still open for both domestic and online applicants. The engineering AI program is available both on campus and online. So if you are interested in the online modality, that application is going to close July 31st. If you're interested in pursuing the degree on campus, then our 2026 applications will open sometime in July.
And very importantly, we accept students both for the fall and the spring semesters.
Yes. So in terms of co-ops, our programs are all coursework based, so there's no co-op or internship opportunity available through our department. Students are welcome to explore opportunities that are external to us, but we don't offer them as part of our curriculum or anything like that. The Engineering AI program is available both as a Master of Engineering and a graduate certificate. In terms of how long it takes you to complete the degree, for the master's, you're looking at about 1.5 to 2 years at a full-time rate. And then the certificate can be completed in about a year on a part-time basis. Any other questions we can answer for anyone?
So just to wrap up a little bit, there is flexibility, obviously, in the mode of delivery on campus and online, and there is flexibility. Obviously, Professor Ulukus would have to approve, but again, there's also flexibility with the curriculum as well. So you get really the best of both worlds. And by the way, very importantly, of course, for international students, we are interested in coming in country. They have to take the courses in person. They're allowed to take one course. Emily, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they can take only one course per semester online.
Mm-hmm.
But again, for students who, let's say, are in the online modality, if they are local and they would like to come in one semester and take a particular course on campus, they have that flexibility as well. So flexibility in terms of the curriculum, flexibility online on campus, and flexibility in combining some quote unquote hybrid model is also there for you. So I think these are among the strengths of the program. Oh, excellent question from Raymond. Yes, is the program Master CPT and OPT eligible? Absolutely. This is a STEM-related program, so OPT and CPT opportunities do exist. Yes, Raymond, that's a good question. Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, anything else before we wrap up? And this is our email right here, so if any questions come up after the fact, please feel free to reach out and we're happy to help.
Thank you all for taking the time. Thank you for taking the time to attend our webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Hope you all have a great day.
Have a good day.